Private sessions? What do you mean it says private sessions? What? Please don't tell me. Someone hacked in my account. Okay. Someone hacked in my fucking account. So that happened. Somebody literally went into, this is not the first time that this has happened. Okay, great. I did not cancel that. I did not cancel that. This is not the first time that this has happened. So, yeah, this is not the first time that this has happened. So annoying, honestly. Which means that I have to go and individually answer every. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to have to start a brand new live stream for the channel because somebody went in there and canceled it. So every super chat before then is now going to be needed to be answered offline. Okay. So what I'm going to do is first of all change my account password and information clearly. This is not the first time that this has happened. Oh my God. Okay. Wonderful. So glad to know. All right. I'm going to leave it up for a couple of minutes. Okay. I'm going to leave this up. So go over there. If you want to pre-book right now, feel free to do it. Okay. You can get 15% off right now. So go click the link. If you want to go get 15% off your super chat, I'm leaving it open. Go ahead and do it now. I didn't see anything. I didn't see that you said that, Zaza. Somebody went in there and did that because that's not the first time that I've done that, or that's not the first time that that's happened to me. And it's just somebody trying to make my life harder. If you guys have been with me since 2022, you know I've been getting hacked and harassed for a very long time. So just go in there. It's up now. Go check it out. Should be good to go. Okay. I heard that haters are hot today. Well, welcome to Moon conjunct Pluto today, right? Thanks, Sugar and Snaps. So yeah, go over there right now. Okay, the link is in the thing. They're just trying to make my life harder. It's so fucking annoying. Incels. Incels. I'm gonna go turn on my AC. Someone also hacked into my Instagram account as well and deleted a specific chat. Okay. I need to talk to Ron. Sorry guys, one sec. Hold on, please. If you guys want to get the 15% off your super chat, go ahead and grab it while I write this email. Okay. Yeah, obviously, I know that I need to change my passwords. I'm telling you, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. Fucking annoying. There's gotta be a fucking way that I can answer this shit live. I know how I'm gonna do this. You gotta be smarter than the incels, guys. Okay, I figured it out. I figured out how I'm gonna do this without making my life a living fucking hell. Oh my god. Okay. Yay. Sorry. Okay, guys. Welcome to All Signs. We're going to be taking a look at what is coming towards you for do you guys want to do this week or this weekend? Shush. Get out. It's okay. I literally just figured it out. It's totally fine. I figured out how I'm going to do it. It's not a big deal. All right, cool. All right. I'll give you guys a few more minutes if you want to get the 15% off your super chat. Okay. I'll give you a few more minutes. I'm just going to shuffle here. Thanks, Vanessa. What? 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 Ugh. What? What is wrong with you? Why? Where are you? Where the hell are you? Go somewhere. You know, something that smells good will make me feel better. Okay. So then we'll do this week. Okay, great. This week. Oh, the picture I posted earlier in my dress. I actually bought this dress a long time ago and I never wore it. And I saw it in my closet today and I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. And so I went ahead and I grabbed it and I pulled the little tag off and put this little bralette underneath. Okay. Va va voom. I was at the waxing place. I was getting waxed by my Sagittarius, Virgo rising, Capricorn moon wax lady. She is incredible. She has that like really blunt, fun, Sagittarius sun, but she'll get in there with the tweezers. You know what I'm saying? She will get in there. She gets in there. I'm like, "Damn, girl. I haven't had a girl this close in a long time." She gets that Virgo rising does not play, honey. She gets every she gets every hair, girl. Like I can take the waxing, okay? Like ripping my skin off, okay? But the tweezers I can't take it. It's so painful, honestly, but like so worth it. Yeah, she's really really cool. Yeah. Yeah, I adore her. She's so incredible. It's so weird because my last wax lady was also a Sagittarius. I was like, that's so strange. And man, she was she definitely wasn't no she didn't have no damn Virgo placements. I was in and out of there in 10 minutes, bitch. Okay. That Sagittarius girl, she just whacks the whole damn thing and pull it off like a sheet mask. I'm like, damn, bitch. She's like, okay, one breath in. Okay. I'm like, damn. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, the tweezers are rough. I mean, I guess I could just go like full jungle fever down there, but I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I don't feel sexy like that. I just, I can't do it. Yeah, she's a Virgo rising and a moon in Capricorn. I mean, hello. Okay, guys, last chance for the hipsy requests. She used to slap you beforehand? What the hell? What was she, Aries? I love the next day after a wax. Yeah, I don't like it at first. It's like real raw. You don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to go tanning. You don't want to take a shower, even. None of that. You don't want to do that. I made the grievous mistake of going to the gym once after a gym session, and no, that was a terrible idea. And then I went tanning, and then obviously I took a shower, and no, homegirl downstairs was not pleased. Not pleased. What's up, Moses? How are you? Okay. So goddamn annoying. Okay. Shit pisses me the fuck off. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Oh, hey, Switzerland. She was just playing crazy, did amazing pedicures though. And then we go to the bar and she taught everyone she waxed my stuff. This was, oh no. She sounds very blunt. Okay, let's do this. This week is not for the faint of heart. Today we have a Mercury Cazimi. And as you can see, we've already had some technical difficulties. Okay. Moon is currently in conjunction to Pluto. And then we also have Venus. She's going to be going back in to Pisces, where she's exalted, but she is still retrograde. So we're definitely reviewing the Pisces part of our chart. Once again, be careful of delusions, illusions, being deceived, doing the deceiving. Okay. I can definitely see some passive aggressive stuff happening this week, maybe. I can see some of you falling for someone from the past again, falling for the BS. Okay, I can see that. What else do we have? We have the solar eclipse happening in Aries, and that's going to be on Saturday. See, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say my opinion on it because then I feel like it's just somehow going to either be that, especially if it's a negative opinion, or if I say something good about it, I feel like it's going to turn around and it's going to be bad. So it's like I just rather not even say shit about it at all. It doesn't look bad though. Like it doesn't look bad. Okay. And like Mars is making a lot, which is the ruler. Mars is in its fall though in Cancer. That's the thing that I'm like, I don't know about that. It feels a little uh like we're trying to cosplay leadership, but really we're just a whiny little mommy's boy or daddy's girl or something. I don't know. I don't know, man. All right, let's see. Okay. Listen, I can't tell anybody to do anything. Okay. Because sometimes you have to get your ass beat so many times until you like get it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just need to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with Aries. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and do an energy check for you for this week first. Six of Cups. Definitely in well, this is kind of on par for Mars and Cancer. You can be feeling very nostalgic at this time. You're thinking a lot about good memories mostly. Seems like you're thinking more so about the positive as opposed to the negative. And I think that's good. There's something you're still attached to, and you're thinking deeply about it as well. There can be some kind of, well, this might be a positive one, but there can be some kind of very deep conversation that you're having with someone. You may be sharing certain things about the past, your memories about the past. You can also be focusing a lot on your childhood, thinking about where you came from, how you got to where you are now. But it looks ultimately positive, and there's seemingly a healing conversation that you're having with another person, where you're either learning something or you're sharing information about your past with someone else. Oh shit, I need to start my freaking Sorry, hold on. Sorry, Aries, one sec. Okay, start live event. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Then we have the Two of Wands. What's the decision around? The Ace of Cups reversed. It almost feels bittersweet a little bit for me, because it seems like you're wishing for something, but you know that you have to, instead of just wish or sit here and think about the past. I mean, you know, you think about the Six of Cups and it's very nostalgic. It's about the past. You look at the star, which is very Aquarian, and it's about the future. And the Two of Wands is like a decision. Either like, do we stay here or do we evolve this? Do we stay with our relationship like this in a situationship, or do we evolve it? You know, do we take it for what it is at face value and we're like, all right, it's not going to go any further, and we stop draining ourselves and we look to something else? I mean, what is it really? What's coming towards you? The Ten of Cups reversed. There can definitely be some family issues this week. It can also be relationship issues. But some ideal may not be that ideal. It's once again, is it just the ideal, or is it grounded in reality? And if it's not, how can we ground it into reality? Knight of Cups reverse. Something kind of seems like a little bit hogwashy. I don't know if it's really something that you can believe in or believe in general. Feels like, yeah, you're not really getting what you want. It feels like, I don't want to say nothing is coming towards you, but, and even if it is, that Knight of Cups in reverse tells me that it's not necessarily genuine. And there can be somebody here who's more so out for themselves in one way or another. And I feel like for you guys, it seems like you're in a bit of a a vulnerable state because you're very much thinking about your feelings and not necessarily how either you've been treated or how things are or their feelings. You're thinking about your feelings and how you feel towards a situation and a person as opposed to, like, for instance, if I'm working a 9 to 5, I can really love my boss's jokes all day. He can be a really funny guy or she can be a really funny chick, and maybe they're just hysterical and I just love being around them, but they overlook me when it comes to promotions even though I put in the work. You know, they kind of ignore me even though I laugh at all their jokes or whatever, right? It's like, it's really not about your feelings all the time. We can be like, yeah, this was great. You know, I learned a lot from this, etc. It was very sweet. It was very blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, it's about being very realistic about realizing you're not really getting something that you want anyway. And that's why I feel like this is why I felt like something was more bittersweet. Okay. I hate to be like that bearer, right? But sometimes you just gotta take what you got from it and keep it in your heart and, keep it moving kind of thing. Your advice, the Chariot in reverse, is like, don't force something, don't make something more chaotic for yourself than you really need to. Sometimes, you know, I feel like we're always looking for answers to confirm how we feel, you know. And that keeps us in a loop, doesn't it? It keeps us in that Neptunian energy. It keeps us in la la land. It keeps us delusional. It keeps us looking for something that doesn't exist sometimes, okay? Sometimes. And I don't want you to do that. It's like, know your worth. Yeah, you guys have Venus in your Aries placement, wherever it is right now. It's like, this is Venus. Like, know your worth. You shouldn't have to force anything. You shouldn't have to explain something over and over and over again to somebody who's probably at this point, utilizing weaponized incompetence towards you. It could be that you keep trying to explain to somebody why something hurts you and why they shouldn't do that anymore. And I'm here to tell you that they already know. They already know. Sometimes they just don't care. Or they have not evolved to be able to have the capacity to love you the way that you want to be loved. Because maybe they do love you, right? Maybe somebody does love you. And that's great. But it's not about if they love you. Are you being loved in the way that you need to be loved? That's what matters. And do you have a healthy perspective of that? So don't force anything. I feel like you already have a lot of the answers that you're seeking. And I mean, it's showing you as the Empress. Like, what more do you want? You're going to go for a Knight of Cups reversed? Oh, as if. Right. No. So don't overthink it. Take what you got from it. Sit on your throne and don't move from that bitch. You wait for somebody that's gonna come bearing gifts. Okay. Thanks a lot, Aries. I really appreciate it. If you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Okay, Taurus. All right. Taurus. Let's see, Taurus. Let's go ahead and do an energy check for this week. Nine of Swords. You're in your head. You're very focused on the future. Worried about the future, focused on the future, concerned about the future. There's a purification process happening in regards to the way that you think about things. I'm not saying that there are not external things that are affecting your mental health, but I think that you are taking a certain story and you're piling assumptions on top of that story. So you're taking a reality. Okay, great. There's a reality and you are now projecting, maybe you guys are hyper vigilant or something, right? Maybe you've been fucking traumatized. I mean, I don't know, right? But be cautious of that. But there's a working through that's going to happen. Yeah, Knight of Swords in reverse. Like something is just triggering you this week. Something's triggering your mind. Something's triggering your mental health. I'm not saying you don't have anything to worry about, but you are kind of worrying without the proof to worry. Like your mind is all the way over there and your body's here. And you're trying to solve a puzzle that isn't even really in front of you. It's a perceived puzzle. Could be around money or a commitment. It seems like you're worried about your longevity in regards to a career or a relationship. But I mean, the thing is that I like that the 10 of Pentacles, you know what this makes me think of? And I feel like a lot of Scorpio placements do this, and for good reason, okay? It happens. But when things are just going so good, right? They're going so freaking good. And then all you can think about is when the other shoe is going to drop, when it's going to go bad, when bad things are going to happen. It's like something is going so well for you, but you are concerned about it turning on you. What's coming towards you? The Eight of Wands. Could be somebody from a distance with the Eight of Wands, but this is fast communication coming in out of nowhere. It could feel like it comes out of nowhere. But the Eight of Wands can represent travel and communication. It's Mercury and Sagittarius. There can be an opportunity to maybe learn something or educate yourself on something, but it is communication. What is this about? The World in reverse. Could be around some kind of unfinished business in your life, something that has yet to complete or close out fully. That must be part of what's stressing you out. The Moon reversed. What's that Moon reversed? The Knight of Wands reversed. I don't know. There's somebody who's communicating with you, but they don't seem to be telling you everything. It seems like they want your attention or they're doing things to try to get your attention, and maybe not in the most high vibrational way, right? This may be somebody that you have an intimate connection with. They may be trying to deceive you in a way. But it feels like it comes out of nowhere. It feels like it just like, blow, like, I don't know, you're on the freaking toilet and you get that call, or, you're at the gym and like all of a sudden your ex from freaking 10 years ago like pops up and, but it feels a little deceitful. It feels like something shady. It feels a little shady with that Moon reversed. It seems like this person is revealing some information to you, but it doesn't feel authentic. It feels a little immature. This is probably what's triggering you. What's the advice? Yeah, see, the Magician in reverse. It feels manipulative. The King of Wands in reverse. It's somebody in their ego. The Death card. Let it go. Like, some of you could want to receive something because it does feed your ego, okay? We all want our ego fed. I don't care what anybody says. And it may feed your ego in the moment, but I think that ultimately you may be being deceived. And it can be because maybe you're having some insecurities at the moment. Maybe there's some self-doubt that you've had for a while, whatever, right? We're all going through it during these retrogrades, baby. It is what it is. But for others of you, it can be that somebody is attempting to manipulate you. Could be because they just want your attention, could be because they want sex, but it doesn't feel genuine. And I really think that this is, I don't know if it's a test per se. I feel like the devil would be more of a test. I mean, it can be, but like, let dead dogs lie, you know? Let dead dogs lie. This is not necromancy. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Taurus. Thank you. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All right. Gemini. What's up, Faye? Yes, Cindy, I love that. All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and see what's going on for this week. The Queen of Swords. I like this energy. I love the Queen of Swords, honestly. You know, it's you're in your logical mind. Your head is very clear. I think it's going to be, if somebody tries to manipulate you this week, I think it's going to be pretty damn difficult. The Queen of Swords is not afraid to sever the head from the heart. That's it. So you're making head over heart decisions. It doesn't mean that you're being mean or you're being, apathetic, okay, or anything like that, but you're being straight to the point. You're very clear in your communication. There could be some big decisions that you're getting ready to make regarding money, values, your relationships in general. You could also be feeling quite social. This is Libra energy. Libra is quite social butterfly, very focused on relationships. So maybe you are focused on a one-on-one romantic relationship. Maybe if you are, it's going to be very hard to manipulate your ass in this energy. But that Queen of Swords, she does like to socialize, but she is very intelligent and it's very hard to get over on her. There's something that you're trying to keep your guard up from, though. I feel like you have a weakness. Okay, everybody does, right? Cats. Theirs is water, right? What is Spider-Man's? I can't remember, but you know what I'm saying. And I feel like there is a weakness that you have, and you are on fucking guard, bitch. Like you look like you are on guard. Yeah, Judge Judy, exactly. Exactly, Nicole. And you seem to be very on guard about whatever this is because you're aware. Like you know what this weakness is and you're very aware of it. And so you have, they're not even boundaries, bitch. It's a freaking Great Wall of China. Like, it is high. What's coming towards you? The Hangman reverse. Something that's going to get you stuck. Could be a Pisces. Could be a Pisces that's coming towards you. Let's see. Ooh. This can be a person here that's stuck in the past that may be seeking forgiveness. It could be an opportunity to let go of whatever this is, to see perspective, to see somebody else's perspective of the past, whether you're interested in that or not, I don't know. Ooh, the Emperor. It's a masculine, a strong masculine figure. Now, this doesn't have to be love, okay? It can be a father figure, it can be a boss, it can be a plethora of different things, but somebody here is either trying to offer you forgiveness or trying to receive it from you. And I feel like this person is having a hard time, maybe moving on or letting go of something from the past until they get this or give this. But I feel you both are in this like cardinal energy. So it's like you both are taking initiative, which can cause some heads to bump a little bit. What's that Hangman reversed? The Devil reversed. So for some of you, this could have been an intimate sexual relationship that ended up being a little bit of a delusion, or this can be somebody, for some of you, this can be somebody who really, really fucked up somewhere. Like they may have had an addiction or they were really attached to something that screwed this up between the two of you, or something that has essentially kept you guys or them in limbo in some area of their life that they're very well aware is toxic or is not healthy. Because we also have to remember that we have that Mars making a square to Chiron this week as well, you know? And I believe it's exact on that solar eclipse. Your advice, King of Cups reversed, Eight of Swords reversed, Seven of Cups reversed. So when I see something like this as advice, this is saying don't get stuck on the promises. Don't get stuck on overpromising. Also, don't allow yourself to respond in an emotionally immature way, because that's not going to get you anywhere. And you're going to walk away kind of regretting how you dealt with that interaction. Because remember, I saw that Strength reverse and I was like, ooh, we got a weakness here, right? Although I feel like you're coming out on top with that Knight of Wands. Like you're holding it down, you know, but this, if this person is like a King of Cups reversed, it's really asking you to make realistic decisions. And I think you know that, and that's why you're in that Queen of Swords energy anyway. But it's telling you you've already made the decision. Okay? You've already made the decision, or like even if you haven't acted on it, you've made it in your head, and like you need to follow through with that. Okay? Because I think somebody's full of shit basically. Or somebody does not have the capacity for maybe the kind of relationship that you want or whatever. Okay. So that is what I got for you, Gemini. Thank you. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. He's not happy with the pointy end of my sword. My weakness would be a Venus and Scorpio. I dated one Venus and Scorpio that I know of, and he actually did really kidnap me. And my biological father was also a Venus and Scorpio, and he worshiped me. But I dated one other Venus and Scorpio that I'm aware of, and it was like really scary. It was so scary. It was so scary. I mean, he was like 23 and I was like 18, 19 at the time, you know. All right, so so scary. Unevolved Venus and Scorpio is absolutely terrifying. Okay. Oh, wow, Infinite, really? You must like us then. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and see what's coming towards you for it this week. Your energy. Ooh, I love that. Ace of Wands. You guys could be getting laid this week. Okay. Some of y'all are getting laid this week, or you're just feeling very inspired to take action in a particular direction. Like you're ready to go. You know, the aces in the suits are the most potent. Okay. They have the most potent energy. And I feel like you are revved up, ready to go, all in. You're going for something. Whether it's a project or you're ready to get in the gym or you actually are getting laid this week. Okay. Three of Wands in reverse. Oh, you're taking action because you're tired of waiting on something. Like, you know, maybe for some of you, this is like maybe you sent in one of your poems or something to get published, you know, to some magazines, but you haven't heard anything. So you're like, you know what? I'm just going to fucking make my own poetry book. I'm not going to sit around and wait for things to happen for me. I'm just going to do it, you know, or whatever it is. It's basically something that you've been waiting on and it's like not coming or it's not really happening. So you're like, all right, leave it up to me, right? It's like you're taking action in your own hands. Page of Wands reversed. Why the lack of confidence? This can be something that you feel has been delayed for too long or delayed long enough or delayed for a really long time. And that's why you're the one that's going to do it. I don't know if you were relying on, you know, the magazine to get back to you. I don't know if you're relying on a person or you were relying on a business partner. It's like you're just like, I'm just going to do it myself or I'm going for it or fuck it. You know, it's what's coming towards you. The Hermit reversed. Virgo energy. Seven of Pentacles reverse. The High Priestess, Pisces. It feels like all right. I had to look up your advice. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles in the middle of that. For some of you, there's a third party energy happening here. So I don't know. I feel like there's somebody here who's very desirable, maybe. There's something maybe that you've been invested in or deliberating on, but it feels like whomever this is listening to their intuition, or they may feel like something is a waste of time or a bad investment. Is this person feminine? Queen of Wands. Three queens. Four queens equal an empress. You're almost there. There's something here that is a waste of your time, and I feel like intuitively you know it. It's something that may bring some paranoia a little bit, or somebody who, it could be a person that has been kind of in hideout for a while that's finally revealing themselves in some way. But it could be saying, like, listen to your intuition, even though there may be something very desirable about this person. But if your advice is the Queen of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles, it may be warning you about third party energy. Or it could be saying you're needing to be, when it comes to your emotions, you're needing to add an element of practicality to whatever this is. Maybe you're trying to work with other people. You may need to bring like a woman on your team with some kind of project that you're trying to work on. Is this person? It almost feels like a project, or but this person, it's like they feel like it's something's a waste of time. What's the fucking advice? The Sun in reverse. This can be saying to remain optimistic and don't lead with your ego. Because that can definitely be showing up. Because, I mean, if you look at it, you have all fire in your energy. You have all fire. Okay. Which is fine. Like, hey, it's Aries season, right? When in Rome. But I'd be cautious of that. Just like getting too ballsy and like fucking something up. You know what I mean? Or getting excited and getting ready to do something and then falling short because you start to doubt yourself. I got two queens for you last time. I remember that. Or an empress and a queen. I remember that. So yeah, strange. Look alive, Cancer. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Leo. What's up, Carmelita? Hello. Happy birthday, Carmen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carmen. Violetta loves you. Happy birthday, honey. 21 all over again. All right, let's go ahead and look at Leo. Everybody wish Carmen a happy birthday. All right. Leo. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. God, I hate my ears. They're so big. They stick out of everything. Leo, your energy is the Hierophant reversed. Feeling a little whimsical, are we? Something definitely isn't grounded, or something is not aligning with you on a fundamental level. You can also be engaging in something that's quite unconventional this week. Hmm. Mm. There could be a crisis of faith, okay? You could like join a church, or you could careful of like having issues with cults or something like that with that Hierophant in reverse. Okay, you could definitely see that. Like obviously that's like zero of you, but just saying, just be cautious of what you're getting lured into. Or for some of you, you're attempting to lure someone into something. that may be a little unconventional. Okay, maybe it's something like polygamy, or it can be something very unconventional, something that's not traditional in any capacity. But let me see what this is about. The Page of Cups. You may be offering something to someone, but it's almost like, because that's your energy, okay? So reverse it if you need to, but it feels a little, oh, I'm sorry, what? You're offering something. The Wheel of Fortune could be with somebody at a distance. Eh, This is interesting to me because now we have the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. And I feel like there's a very big spiritual component to this. There's something very faded that's happening here. What's that Hierophant reversed? The Fool. Oh, you're being very impulsive with something. Maybe you're breaking free from some kind of old structure in your life, some kind of belief that you've had. You may be approaching beliefs or spirituality or religion or something like that with more of like an innocent, open heart, as opposed to what has been ingrained into your brain. You're breaking free from something. You're doing something different. This is very like, I've been a Catholic my entire life, and now I'm gonna, I don't know, fucking research the occult mysteries. I don't know. Or, I've been monogamous my whole life and I just haven't been fulfilled. And now I'm going to see what else is out there in regards to the way that I want to live my emotional life. Like maybe I want to date multiple people at once and like I want them to be okay with that. Or maybe I want to have a threesome or, whatever it is. I'm not saying that that's what it is. It can also be like more spiritual as well. But you're moving forward, you're, like, having fun, you're breaking free. This is a very, like, whoa, kinda energy here. What's coming towards you? The Ten of Swords reversed. The Justice reversed. The Six of Swords. Ooh. Some kinda old ending is kinda coming back up here. Like, something that's been dead and gone seems to be, like, rearing its ugly head again. But because it seems like something isn't fair here, or there was an injustice that has occurred, and it seems to be coming back up. For some of you, this can be a legal battle. The Six of Swords, though, can talk about like, okay, we're finding peaceful resolution, or somebody is approaching you with some kind of peaceful resolution to be able to move forward. But what's that Justice in reverse? Ooh, the Three of Swords in reverse. Could be something that was very painful. I don't know if you inflicted it or this person did, or whatever this is, but it's like old pain being kind of drudged up to be resolved again. It feels a bit like I'm not gonna lie, like it feels a little bit like a crisis. But it seems like it's progressing in a positive way, but it does feel like, whoa. Three of Cups reversed for your advice. Seven of Swords. Temperance reverse. Don't bite off more than you can chew. And I also want to say, like, when it comes to surrounding yourself with a person or with people or doing like shady shit behind the scenes, if that's you, be cautious of that. Otherwise, it may be saying, like, keep your business to yourself. Keep your business to yourself. You don't have to share everything. You don't have to announce everything. Keep the shit in private, like whatever it may be. Like, this isn't a time to try to force something. Something is off. Like something is very imbalanced. Justice reversed, temperance reversed. And I think you may be needing to disconnect from whatever that is. Like you may be needing to separate yourself from whatever that is. For some of you, you can be breaking free of some kind of cult, or you can be breaking free of some kind of relationship maybe that was not maybe you're getting divorced, fuck, I don't know, but you could be breaking free of a relationship that did not align with who you are on a fundamental level. And so this is asking you to be very strategic when it comes to what you're trying to do here, and to not push something. Like, don't overstep anything, don't create more drama than need be. Because it is coming back up for review, whatever this is, okay? Nothing to be worried about. Just like watch your P's and Q's. You know what I mean? That's what I have for you, Leo. Thank you so much. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. What's up, Wander Tarot? Oh, God, I'm sorry. Carmen, what'd you do for your birthday? Why don't I ever hear good things from women about being married? I never, ever, ever, like, ever hear good things. Like, dude. Does anybody have a good experience with being married? Every single one sounds like a fucking horror story. I'm just like, ew. No thanks. No. Not worth it. Noted. What's up, Todd? I was clubbing with friends, then breakfast with fam yesterday, and then 13200 at the slot. Damn, girl, you're lucky. Shit. Listen, if I lose the first time, I'm out. Like, I went to the slot machines like once in Vegas, and I tried them once and I didn't win anything. I was like, bye. No. Never went back. It would have lasted if we didn't get married. Really? What do you think changes? Marriage is good for men, not women. That's what I heard. I hear that all the time. Damn, Carmen, shit. Need some of that luck, girl. We're making marriage great again. That's my affirmation always. Anyways. Come on, don't be a quitter. I never got started, baby. No. It's great till it isn't, and when it ends bad, but I haven't sworn off marriage. No, I think I'm good. Yeah, Johnny, I have. The family's planning the wedding. Never been, never will. Tug of war that echoed. I hear like horror stories. I'm just like, damn. Oh my God. Like absolute horror stories. Mm. Yikes. All right, let's do Virgo. When you're not married, you're choosing to stay together, not just because you have a piece of paper to keep you bound. Yeah. Ownership is what changes. Well, you know, marriage was initially intended to protect women because back in the day, well, you know, it was because the women would give up their own life basically to create life with said husband and to take care of the household, to take care of the children, cook dinner, all of those things. So if he leaves her, she's dedicated her entire life to having a life with him and building one, you know? And so, no, he should have to pay if he fucks up somewhere. Don't you agree? Uh, what's up, Enigma? Now have common law marriage after 7 years. It doesn't matter about that paper. You're still married. No, that's not true, Todd. Todd, there's still plenty of women who do that and give up their own dreams to have a family with someone. Some for some women that is their dream, and that's okay as well. When you only have eyes for your love and your best friend, it's easy, right? If his Mars is in a mutable sign, don't do it, ladies. Just don't do it. I'm a Mars in Capricorn, so I need something like that. Okay, let's do this. Virgo. Let's go ahead and take a look. Your energy is the Two of Swords. You kind of putzing around here. It's like, do I, don't I? There's a decision that you need to make and you're not really sure how to do it. Because it seems like the decision that you need to make, it may ruffle some feathers, potentially. It can be something also that just doesn't feel pleasing to, you know, look at or talk about, honestly. Could be around your finances. There's a chance that you need to take, but you're putting it off. That's what that looks like to me. Because it's like, what are you doing? This is your energy, the Two of Swords. What are we avoiding? The Four of Pentacles reverse, taking a chance on something, taking a risk. Because the Four of Pentacles in the upright, he has a fear. He has a fear that if he spends any money to make some money, right? For example, that he's going to lose everything, or she. He or she is afraid that if they take a chance on the YouTube channel, then somehow that's going to take up too much of their time and then they're going to lose everything. You know, whatever it is. And it is about taking a risk. You're afraid of what people would think. That's what this looks like to me. Like there's a fear of what people are going to think about something, in my opinion, or what someone is going to think or whatever. You don't want this unwanted attention. You want to avoid it. It feels like you're just trying to tuck something in a cupboard. You don't want to look at it. And you're like, oh, God, I don't want to deal with this. It could also be you're avoiding letting go of something. That can be how this plays out as well, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling it can be. You know, maybe it's that you want to get divorced, right? But you're like, "Oh God, what are my very religious parents going to think?" or something like that, right? 6 of Wands in reverse. I don't want the attention. I don't want the drama. I also think that for some of you there's a fear of failure. There's a fear of failure here. What's coming towards you is the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Same song, same dance is what I'm getting with this. Something that's going to bore you, something that you've seen a million times. It's not working. Let me see. The 8 of Cups. Fuck me. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. 2 8s, huh? The Page of Pentacles. Hmm. What's that? Why is the Eight of Pentacles reversed? Four of Cups reversed. Hold on. This can be work or business related. This can be something that didn't work out before. Like you could have been attempting to work with somebody, it didn't work out. There can be somebody here who maybe didn't really pull their weight, whether it's romantic or otherwise. Okay, I'm just going to say in general terms, but I see pentacles here, so I kind of wonder, but I also see cups. So it's half and half. So I'm a little uncertain, but there's maybe a person here. It could be a younger person for some of you, but it could be somebody who, if this is someone who like didn't pull their weight before and you maybe rejected them because of that, or you were disappointed with this person because of that, they could be attempting to walk away from that way of doing things. This can also be somebody who has been very critical of you or even themselves, and they're attempting to walk away from that and actually put in like a gallant effort towards you or the business partnership or the romantic relationship. For some of you, okay? If you are the one that, has been kind of a dunce, okay, in like a business or a romantic relationship, this may be somebody who puts in a really good effort and really applies themselves, and they may walk away if they feel like you are not pulling your weight. So it could really go both ways. It depends on you. But this may be somebody who's being quite critical. But I feel like they are just kind of, what is this person's intent with Virgo? The Four of Wands reverse. It almost feels like there's an apprehension here. There's some kind of apprehension from this person, but you're being apprehensive as well. Maybe somebody's approaching you with the same offer and they realize that they have to offer something else. Maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe you have a YouTube channel and this jewelry company is like, hey, we want to give you a 5% code for you to be an affiliate or whatever. And you're like, yeah, 5%, that's not going to work for me. And then they come back and they're like 10%, maybe it's that. Or maybe this is somebody who's expecting more of you. But once again, you're in that energy of, uh, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. You guys, for some of you, if you're on the other end of things, you can be the one that's acting entitled. Okay. But it feels like you are more like a little uncertain on whether or not you want to give this a try. What's the advice? Five of Swords reversed, Five of Wands reversed, the Two of Pentacles. This is basically like telling you, like, don't play games. Don't get your ego involved with this person. Don't fight with this person. Don't play games with this person. If this is somebody who's kind of shitty, like, don't sink to their level. This is asking you to keep the balls in the air with what you already have going on in your life and to be making practical decisions and not allow yourself to get caught up in something that you don't need to get caught up in. Okay. So interesting. I'm not really sure what that's about. Weird energy. But yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, if you know, let me know, but I don't know. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you so much. um, you know what? Let's go ahead and use our Game of Thrones deck today. Tattoo season. I really love finger tattoos. Love finger tattoos. I only have one. I'm gonna tell you, it hurt more than this one. It hurt more than this big ass one. It hurt more than this one or this one. It hurts so fucking bad. And it also doesn't help that I have like bony ass fingers. I want more tattoos, but I don't want to like do any more up here. But I think that they would be cute here. I love the pain. I like a certain kind of pain, but not that. That is not for me. Not for me, guys. No. Very funny, Todd. I'm a little bit of a switch, you know, but I'm mostly a little subby. But it's the way that we go about it that is like an art. Take it from me. Okay, let's see. All right, let's do Libra. All right, Libra. All right, Libra, let's go ahead and see what your energy is for the week. Judgment reverse. Ooh. Not revisiting the past, are we? You're definitely not making a decision. You're either like, I'm not bringing this back to life, whatever the fuck this is. I'm not doing it. Or some of you are refusing to take accountability for your part in a situation, whether that's towards another person, like you communicating, hey, I did this, I'm really sorry, or you're not taking accountability for it in your brain, which is essentially giving somebody else the full sense of control over your life instead of assuming it for yourself. It doesn't mean that other people are not at fault for things, but when we start to put all the blame on another person as to why something happened, a lot of the time we are giving up our control completely. So for some of you it can be that, but it could just be as simple as I'm not making a decision. Okay. King of Swords. You're showing up as a masculine, so if you're a feminine, reverse it if you need to. It's like I feel like on one hand, Libra, you're trying to do the right thing with something. Like you want to do the right thing. I think that you're clear-headed, but you may just feel like I don't really want to bring this back up. Okay? It may just be something that you don't want to bring back into your energy because you're like, that's not logical, that's stupid, that's a bad idea. Honestly. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. There is this energy of feeling abandoned. I'm getting like a sense of sadness here, but it almost feels like you're trying to think your way through your feelings. So where you're trying not to feel something, like you're attempting to detach from whatever this is because of the pain that it does hold. This can be issues around financial matters. So you can be trying to figure out how to deal with an old financial matter. You may be, asking for advice from a CPA, a financial person, okay, a financial professional in one way or another. There can be like a lawyer for some of you. You can be speaking to a lawyer about something. Why is there such a sadness to whatever this is? There's such a sadness to whatever the fuck this is. What's that? Judgment in reverse? Four of Swords reversed. Ooh, it's something you are not healed from, something that stresses you out. It's something that broke your heart at some point, because what comes before the Four of Swords, kids? The Three of Swords, right? And so for the Four of Swords to be in reverse next to the Judgment reverse, it's like you're not wanting to bring something back up because of how painful it is. So it's like you're trying to detach from it completely. Although it feels like there's a hole in your heart, kind of. What's coming towards you? Seven of Wands reversed. Six of Pentacles reversed. Page of Swords reversed. Ooh. You may be dealing with some gossip, rumors, drama. You can be dealing with people spreading misinformation around your own financial situation, or just around a situation in general. Could be something in regards to career, but ultimately it feels like there's people here or a person that may be feeling very defensive about you or around you. I'm almost getting like jealousy or something, like jealousy, or um somebody who feels intimidated, maybe, that you don't see their worth. I know cross watchers want to kick my ass. I'm sorry. Someone who maybe feels defeated or intimidated that you don't see their worth. And, I'm going to be honest, for some of you, this can be someone who's just assuming that, like assuming that you don't see it, assuming that you don't get it, because of, I don't know, maybe your actions or something that they heard, but I feel like they have misinformation. Now, of course, this person can be spreading rumors about you because of jealousy. Okay. But it feels like there's a misunderstanding. Feels like there's a misunderstanding. For some of you, it is about work, and there's somebody here who is actually quite literally jealous of you. This is your advice. Ace of Pentacles reversed, Tower reversed, and the King of Pentacles in the upright. Definitely deal with any financial issues that you're having, okay? Because it could cause you to miss opportunities later. And what do I mean by that? Like, for instance, if you know that there's something that you need to get off your credit report, for instance, like, do that now. You know, like do that now, because it sometimes it takes a while, especially if you're trying to build something or you're trying to buy a house or who knows, right? So for some of you, it can be that, like, and you're needing to work towards that. For others of you, there may be something that you're having a hard time letting go of, but it's saying that whatever this is built on shaky ground. And so this is asking you, like, if you do want this thing, okay? I said, what are you asking Libra to do? And then I got the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is your advice. So it's making me feel like if you're going to take action towards a person, place, thing, do it slowly, cautiously, and do it right. So that way you don't have this shaky foundation again where something does not work. Like, don't skip any steps. Do it right, do it the responsible way, do it if fully committed, you know, whatever it is. That's how you're going to win. Whatever it is you're trying to win. Thank you, Libra. I hope you like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question, you can look right here. Scorpio. Okay. I'm really mad. I went to Ulta today. They did not have my jelly lip gloss. I like the lip glosses where you can just squeeze it out. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, it takes off all the freaking lip gloss pretty much before it comes out. What am I supposed to do with that? Who needs a modest lip gloss? Like, don't be shy. What does that mean, Vanessa? All right, Scorpio, let's check your energy. Ooh, Nine of Pentacles reversed. Don't go broke trying to look rich. Okay, that can sometimes be that Nine of Pentacles in reverse, but it's like there's insecurities happening here, or there could be codependence that you have with another person or with something specifically that is making you, it's giving you a false sense of worthiness, a false sense of independence. It's like trying to prove something. And I don't think that you need to do that. The Lovers reverse. Oh, you could feel very misunderstood. There can be something that doesn't really feel aligned with you anymore, but you can still have a codependent like attachment to it. It can almost be this sense of trying to prove that something can work, even though fundamentally it just doesn't. It just doesn't resonate. It can't go with you with where you're going or where you're headed. Ten of Wands in reverse. It's this energy, like, how do I say this? This energy reminds me of like the dad who has the really cool sports car, but it's really old and like it's, you know, it's kind of on its last leg a little bit, and then like he gets married and then he has like 3 kids, but he like refuses to give up the sports car. You know, he refuses to give up that really nice car even though it doesn't fit who he is anymore. It doesn't fit in his lifestyle anymore, but he wants to look cool and you know, or he wants to stay tied to that part of like who he is instead of just kind of accepting and appreciating where he's at now. And I'm not saying that you're the dad with the sports car, but it reminds me of something like that. Right? And that's just a stupid ass example, okay? It's just so basically I'm saying, what are you still attached to that you know doesn't resonate with you anymore and isn't really doing anything for you, and why do you feel that you have to stay attached to this thing even though it's more trouble than it's actually worth? What's coming towards you? Two of Cups in reverse. I think that you feel misunderstood once again. You know, Two of Cups in reverse is there's a misunderstanding. I feel misunderstood. Page of Pentacles reversed. The Eight of Cups. It really does feel like something does not connect with you anymore, and there is now something is maybe walking out of your life that, you know, I hate to say that, Scorpio. Okay, I hate to say that. Okay, because that's obviously like not easy to hear. Okay, Maybe it's reversed. Maybe you're the one walking out. I don't know. But it's like trying to fit a square into a circle, trying to fit a star into a triangle. It's just not. This thing is not relevant to who you are now. It doesn't even bear fruit really anymore, and it's just kind of like empty. Your advice, death reversed, the Chariot. Oh, there's a fear attached to this. Four of Swords in reverse. There's likely a very strong emotional attachment here with that double water and then the Four of Swords. And so I think that you're holding on to something that you don't want to let go of. It's hard, it's the teddy bear you've had since you were one, right? And I'm not saying anybody should give up their, family heirlooms, right? Or whatever. But it's definitely an emotional attachment that you have to something, and it's hard for you to let it go. It almost feels like pulling the plug on someone that's very important to you, so to speak, right? And so it's telling you to be brave because you will be victorious. Fortune favors the bold kind of thing, but you have to overcome this fear. And a lot of the times overcoming fear requires faith. And faith is believing in something sometimes bigger than yourself, and sometimes faith is believing in yourself. And so I think that if you can find a little bit of both, you really can't go wrong here. And it's hard to live in the present. It's hard to um, live with reality sometimes. But reality changes when we change. Reality shifts when we need to shift with it. And if we don't, we tend to get dragged by our fucking hair, right? So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. If you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All right. Sagittarius. All right, Sag, let's go ahead and take a look. I feel like I need to shuffle these for some reason. Ooh. Okay. Love this. Who are you putting the moves on? Maybe you're putting the moves on a husband or a wife or your girlfriend, boyfriend, maybe somebody you just met, maybe somebody that you've been getting to know, but this is romance, okay? You guys are the ones taking action. Yeah, this can also be creativity. Maybe you're writing poetry, maybe you're taking an improv class, maybe you're trying to just figure out what actually, God, this is so fitting into the astrology. It's so fucking funny. So funny. Every single reading is so very much hit on the astrology for the most part. But this, I guess, is not really an astrology channel, so I'm going to leave that back there. But this can be very creative. And the Knight of Cups, he or she is searching for their happiness, is searching for what feels like home to them, what makes sense to their heart space. Temperance. Damn, you're even showing up in your own energy. You look so good. You look so good. I love this. Very emotionally balanced. You are in full creation mode. Maybe you're starting a business. Once again, maybe you're just being very creative and you are handling it all with great aplomb. Okay. I mean, you are really at peace with yourself this week. This is such gorgeous energy. Oh, come on. And the Nine of Pentacles. You don't need them. You just want them. You don't need it. You just want it. We're bathing in luxury. We're taking a fucking coconut milk bath. We're spending a little bit of money on ourselves. Why? Because we got it. You know, like this is fucking gorgeous. You look awesome, by the way. Look super hot. Oof, no wonder. Listen, for some of you, if you are taking initiative towards a person, like it's because you are fucking feeling yourself. Okay. I just feel like that. Ace of Swords reverse for what's coming towards you. Five of Swords reversed. Careful. I guess it couldn't be all good, could it? Reverse it if you need to, guys. Okay, I don't know what your fucking story is. Okay. There could be somebody who's maybe not telling you the full truth about something. Somebody who may be pulling the wool over your eyes a little bit, being a little bit passive aggressive. This can be third party romantic situations, or it can feel like somebody's really ghosting you or not communicating with you. You'd be like, damn, what did I do? You know, like I thought we were getting together this weekend, or I thought they were supposed to text me back, and it could feel like somebody's a little ghosty. And you can see that sometimes with Pisces energy. You can see that it's like, where the fuck did they go? You know, and we're having Pisces energy this week. Okay. So I think Mercury entering Pisces this week, or is that next week? I know that Mercury is like following Venus. Like he's right up her ass this whole time, pretty much until he goes direct on the 7th. But so, you know, Venus going retrograde, and then hitting Neptune like immediately. Okay, that can feel like love is a little ghosty. Somebody who owes you some money, maybe, right? So it feels like somebody's a little ghosty. The moon is your advice. This is about listening to your intuition when it comes to people, places, things. The 6 of Wands could be telling you not to make a big deal about it. Okay. The Lover's reversed. Like if you feel like somebody just wants your attention, or if you feel like somebody is, you know, ghosting you because they have somebody else, like listen to whatever your gut instincts are telling you this week. Like truly listen to your gut instincts. For others of you, this can be this energy of you feeling disconnected from another person, you feeling just disconnected in general. And it can be telling you to, once again, not, you know, this is a hard one to say, okay? And it was hard for me to hear as well when somebody told it to me, but like nobody owes you anything. Even if they did you wrong, honestly. Like nobody on this fucking planet owes you anything. Now, of course, there's things like karmic justice and people that screw you over and stuff like that will come back to them. But at the end of the day, like nobody owes you shit. Really. Okay. Nobody owes you an answer. Nobody like, and that's a hard one to swallow. But once you start kind of like accepting that and just being like, yeah, you know, okay, well, fucking, I'll just go fuck off, you know, like things become a little bit easier. And sometimes it's rightful entitlement, right? It's like, what the fuck? You know? That's why it's so very important sometimes to give with the assumption that it will not be given back. It makes things a little bit easier, right? For others of you, don't be an asshat this week. I don't think that's you though, because the person or whatever this is that is in your energy or coming towards you looks super shady. So I don't think it's you. But take it how it resonates. But listen to your gut instincts when it comes to people. I feel like somebody's just trying to maybe like get attention or validation like the wrong way, like just being shady. Okay. I know that's a fucking hard pill to swallow. Like that is a hard pill to swallow. But it's true. Nobody owes you shit. Nobody owes you an excuse, an answer, nothing. Honestly. Alrighty. Let's move on to Capricorn. Have a good night, Carmen. Take care. Happy birthday. All right, Capricorn. Let's see. Let's see your energy this week, Cap. Oof. King of Wands reversed. Oh no. All right. Well, you're showing up as a masculine. If you're a feminine, Capricorn, this may be reversed. Okay. You're definitely like got your feelings hurt a little bit. You're in your you got your tail between your legs a little bit. You're kind of, I love you, but you're acting a little bit like a douche. Like honestly, with that gigawatts reverse. Okay. But let's see why. The Magician, the Hangman. Ooh, this feels a little. Why is that King of Wands reverse though? The Strength reverse. Damn, double ego energy. There is something that okay. It was kind of like I was telling who was it? Gemini, I think. It's kind of like I was telling Gemini like you have a weakness here, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like rejection. I don't know if it's like a guy walks in the gym and has bigger muscles than you. Like I don't know what's triggering you, but it is something that is triggering the ego. And when our ego is triggered, it's usually triggering something that's trying to protect our inner child a lot of the times, in my opinion. Um, and it seems like what's the intent here? The Two of Wands. You're trying to make a decision on something. That's funny because this is literally this week. This is March 20th through March 30th, I think, is the timeline for the Two of Wands. So that's really interesting. I feel like you are trying to. The Hangman is so opposite of the ego, though. For the person that asked, I'm a Taurus rising, Taurus moon, Virgo sun, Mars in Capricorn, Venus in Scorpio, Mercury in Libra. It's on my profile. I feel like you are trying to work on this, though, because there's something that is triggering your ego, and you realize it's a weakness. And you have the confidence to be able to see things from a different perspective. It feels like there is a desire. I actually like this because it feels like there is a desire to change, an intention to see things differently than the way that you have before. And it's a different way of going about things. It's not the usual. It's like you're realizing that in order to have different or manifest different, you have to be different. So, because of that, you're having to do something that is very opposite than what you would usually do or how you would usually react. And that's so empowering, isn't it? And it feels like the things that you wanted before you don't really want anymore because those things may have been attached to that old identity or that old self. What's up under pressure? Five of Cups for what is coming towards you? The Six of Pentacles. Past situation. There may be somebody here who misses you. You may miss them. There's a lot of regret and sadness around whatever or whomever this is. This is somebody that's attempting to be generous with you. Why is that Knight of Swords reversed? Queen of Cups. Somebody loves you. Oh man. Ooh. Who loves you this much? I feel like it's mutual too with the Queen of Cups. Somebody loves you a lot, but they're not telling you that. Like in love with you, deeply in love with you, but they're not telling you that. It almost feels like a peace treaty, an offering. you know. They're not sure what to do with the spilt milk, but they just know that it's spilled and they can give you what they can give you. It might be a gift. It might be a kind of a passive conversation. It may be like a like on your post, you know, like a like on your picture even. I feel like it's something more that I feel like it's something less communicative because that Knight of Swords is reversed. Your advice, Three of Swords reversed. Oof. The Fool. Page of Wands. This is about fresh perspective, which I feel like you're manifesting. I love this, honestly, Capricorn. I probably love this reading more than I love anybody's reading tonight. I really love this. This to me shows me that, yes, you have an ego just like everybody else has a fucking ego. Everybody has one. Thank God. If we didn't, we wouldn't get up every day and do the things that we need to do. I wouldn't be here right now, right? So we all have one, and that's good. That's okay. But it can be when it spirals out of control that we become a problem to ourselves. We become a problem to others, you know, and that doesn't allow us to shed our armor and let what's truly for us in. And you have an awareness of this, which is so fucking mature. And there's such a it's interesting because there's so much self-assurance that you have in regards to not really being self-assured. And your perspective is broadening and you're opening to new perspective, which I think is everything. I think that perspective is everything. And this is about you doing exactly what you are doing. And that's the way that you're going to heal. I don't know who this is, but they love the shit out of you. They're going to be liking that Instagram post, double tap, liking that tweet, liking that, I don't know, I don't know, commenting on maybe a YouTube video. I don't know. It doesn't feel like direct conversation, though. It feels more passive. It feels passive. So I like that, Capricorn. Good for you. That's sexy. Thank you so much, Capricorn. I hope that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, then you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Let me pee. And can you guess it? I'm going to go and grab a clementine. Yes, I am. Going to have myself a little snack. Give me 1 sec, okay? 2 seconds. 3 seconds. Thank you for waiting. Okay, Todd, don't hurt him. Oh, love apples. I'm sorry. Sorry, I have to eat something. Oh, I want to say something. So I've been trying not to be a crazy spender. Okay. I have, for the most part, always been a person where, like, when I don't have money, it somehow just like shows up, you know, or someone's like, take my money. Like, I swear. Okay. It happens like that a lot, or it has a lot in my life. And so I usually just live my life by that assumption, like, oh my God, whatever, I'll get it back. Not a big deal. Right. Well, I've been trying not to think like that. I'm trying to be, a responsible 38-year-old woman. So I have been, and I've been saving and working hard. I really have. And last night there was a shirt that I really wanted. And I really, really wanted this shirt. And there was a lot of stuff that I wanted, but I picked one out of all the stuff that I wanted. And I was like, I'm going to treat myself. And then I second guessed myself and I was like, you know what? No, maybe I shouldn't do it, right? It's Venus retrograde. This is just like a bad idea. And so then last night I kind of like, it sounds silly, right? But I ended up praying, okay? I ended up praying and that shirt was $79.90, right? The next morning, I wake up and I look on my phone and somebody had booked a reading with me. And you know how much the reading was? $79.90. And I was like, I'm going to buy the shirt. I thought that was really cool. So I got it. Yeah. It's like mm, the day before I had taken my girls, I wanted to treat them. And so I took them out to a Mexican restaurant. We had a really great lunch and then I took them to I took them to Starbucks, which I don't go to Starbucks anymore. I only went because I know how much they love Starbucks. So I took them to Starbucks as well. They got themselves like cake pops and stuff. And then I took them to go get their nails done. And that ended up being a pretty pricey day, but I didn't get my nails or my toes done. These are press-ons. And so then I wanted to treat myself to something and then I decided against it and then I prayed on it and then next day I woke up with that exact amount for a reading. I was like, yay. Whatever. All right, time to do these readings. Sorry. You know that Taurus rising, Taurus moon comes out. I gotta have my snacks. Mm-hmm. But they're healthy snacks. Hello, six house stellium. Okay. Oh, wow, Todd. What is going on outside? Damn. Oh my God, my heart like sank. There is so many cops out on the road over there on that freeway. And a big old ambulance. They're carrying out a stretcher. There was some kind of really big accident. Oh God, I hope everybody's okay. That looks so bad. That was so bad. I could see like my window lighting up with red and blue. I'm like, oh my goodness. Sorry about that, Todd. That sucks. I'm really sorry though, seriously. That really sucks. Okay. This lip stain actually isn't so bad. It stays on for a good time. I also like to put lip stain on my cheeks. Anyway, nobody cares. Okay. Aquarius. Okay. Why is this giving me like Kevin Gates when he talks about Ruby Rose and about how her feet are going to be facing the ceiling? If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. He's an Aquarius actually. So funny, and he's a Venus and Scorpio. I didn't even think about that. Kevin Gates is an Aquarius. How funny. Wow. Okay, but why is the Five of Pentacles reversed? The Seven of Pentacles. There was something that you've invested in for a while, something that you had assessed for a while, something that you have been energetically or financially, physically, whatever it is, invested in. But it seems like it has left you, or it seems like that well is now empty, okay? And you could be feeling abandoned or even a little sad, a little left out in the cold. But with that Ace of Cups to the devil, somebody's going to get it. Okay, that's what this looks like to me. Somebody's gonna get this shit. Okay, somebody's gonna get this love. Somebody's gonna get it. Oof. It feels like a different kind of love, though. You know, it feels like a very obsessive, very strong determination to shove this love down somebody's throat. Not like that. Maybe. Depends. But can you tell me about that devil? It's giving Kevin Gates. I'm sorry. Like, damn, Aquarius, you gotta like that. You better come knocking on my door. No, I'm just kidding. But that, it's kind of hot. But you're drawing this determination from a place of pain, in my opinion. You are a little lusty this week, if I'm gonna be honest with you. You look a little lusty. I don't know if this is like a revenge fuck, a grudge fuck. I don't know if it's like I don't know what it is. You're ready to rebuild. You're determined to let something go. Even if it's like, you know what? I know I'm not going to find my wife or my husband on a dating app. I got to let that go. I got to stop giving money to this. You know, like maybe you have to abandon a way of thinking, something. And you're showing up with a new set, like a new, it's very strong. Like I'm gonna be honest, it's very strong. Like you got Saturn and Mars here with the Ace of Cups. You know, like I said, the aces in the suits are the most potent energy. They're the most fresh. They're the most potent. It's almost like a 0 degree in astrology. You know, it's like it's whoa. It's the most pure, potent manifestation of that. But it's like you gonna give it to somebody. This is very powerful though. There's a lot of power in what you have to offer. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot. Let's see what's coming towards you. Ooh. Well, if you go knocking, somebody's going to answer. And the high priestess, for what you're looking for, is not bad. I mean, the devil and the high priestess, damn, that's some good sex. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if this is about sex, like, I'm not gonna lie, this is the shit. The high priestess, she is the most desirable. Okay. Men want her, women want her. Okay. Or maybe it's a man. Maybe it's a high priest instead of a high priestess, but it's, let me see what else. This person could be at a distance. This somebody is reading you more than they are taking action. There's something about this person that makes them, that tells them to wait. This person's intuition is telling them to wait or to not decide yet. They don't want to rush something with you, or this could be somebody who's blocked you, okay, for others of you. This can be somebody that you very much sexually desire that has blocked you, okay, as well. For others of you. I feel like this person's playing with you a little bit. Like, oh, I don't know. Like being coy, almost. What's their intention with Aquarius? Yeah, they're kind of like, you stay over there for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's reversed. Your advice is the Queen of Swords reversed, the Ace of Wands reversed, the Emperor reversed. Slow down, Savannah. Okay. First thing that I want to say, if you're a masculine energy, do not try to control the situation to the point where you really fucking piss somebody off and ruin your chances. Okay? If you are a feminine energy, there may be somebody who is trying to control. You know what this reminds me of? This energy reminds me of a video I saw where there was this lioness and she was minding her fucking business, okay, in this little like trench thing. And she had her cubs in there and stuff, you know, obviously. And she was minding her business. And this male lion just decided to like waltz in there and like tried it with his chest out, and she fucked him up. You know, like she fucked him up. He ran away looking scared. He ran away looking around to see if his friends saw that, you know, because it was I was embarrassed. I got secondhand embarrassment. Like honestly, I was like, oh damn, that's damn, buddy. Okay. What's up, Fire Dove? Thanks, Key. So I want to say, like, if you're the feminine, okay, try not to like lose your cool, okay? And what I mean by that is don't overreact, or don't give a reaction that somebody may be seeking out, or don't allow your emotions to kind of run the show, because this is when we can say things that we don't mean. We can say things that can really haunt us later. We can do things that is not really in our character. So I want to say, like, be cautious of that specifically. Okay. And if you're a masculine, don't try to force something. All right. Just relax. Okay. Anyway, that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much. I hope you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All right. Let's do Pisces. Pisces. Ten of Wands reverse. This can mean a couple of things. Let's see. Ooh. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can carry all that weight doesn't mean you should. Just because you can take care of your shit and somebody else's shit doesn't mean you should. Don't bite off more than you can chew this week. It's just not worth it. You just don't need it. You really don't, honestly. Don't go spending a bunch of money. Don't, you know, be making impractical decisions. Just don't bite off more than you can chew. Eight of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, I don't like that. You are fucking bored. Like, honestly. This makes me think of, like, one time I got really bored. This is back in, like, I think it was 2021, maybe 2022. Can't remember. But I ended up going on a dating app because I was so bored. I was, like, so bored. And I'm such a loner and I prefer it. And then, like, going on a dating app makes me realize why I don't like people, right? And, like, I went on there and I was just like, yeah, this was a bad idea. Like, decisions made out of boredom sometimes are not always your best. It's not always the best manifestation of your energy. It really is not, you know? And I feel like something like this is happening where it's like you're biting off more than you can chew, or it feels like you're fucking bored. Like, there's something that you keep doing over and over and over again. It's just like wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat. It's just, like, so boring. But at the same time, it almost feels like an obligation, or you have to do this thing. Which is, like, so Saturn and Pisces coded, right? It's like, I don't want to do this. I just want to sleep, right? What's coming towards you? The Three of Wands reversed. The Sun reversed. Seven of Cups reversed. God damn. Could be a Leo, Venus and Scorpio. Three of Wands. That's Sun and Aries. So that is literally during this time. That's interesting. And then we have the Sun here. You know what? I feel like somebody's tired of waiting on your ass. It feels like somebody's tired of waiting on your ass. And they're about to let you know, you know? And I feel like I don't think that they have bad intentions, but they do have their feelings hurt a little bit, and they're still optimistic. They're still showing up as, like, kind of, I'm getting like a little bit stalkery. Maybe a little stalkery, or maybe just somebody who's frustrated of waiting on you for the green light. It's somebody who may be giving you a fucking reality check about something. What's that Seven of Cups reversed? The Judgment. This seems like somebody from the past. They're making a decision. This person may be choosing you for a relationship, choosing you to, I don't know. But it seems like it's a big deal. And they seem to be frustrated with you specifically. But I don't feel like they have bad intentions either. It almost reminds me of The Notebook when they're like, when he's like, she's like, I have to leave or whatever. And he runs out and he, like, shuts her car door and, like, doesn't let her leave. And he's like, what do you want? Or something like that. It's like giving that vibe. Like, you don't want to marry him. Like, you're bored. You're bored. Whatever. Advice is the Nine of Swords reversed. The King of Swords. And the Queen of Wands. Huh. Can be asking you guys to not project your insecurities or issues onto another person. Okay? For some of you. For some of you, it can also be asking you to keep some shit to yourself. Like, that doesn't need to, like, is if you are projecting, or you are fucking bored with your life, and so you take your day out on you know, your next door neighbor or your lover or whatever. It's like, shut the fuck up, you know, like realize where that's coming from. I say that as a Jupiter in Pisces, okay? But like learn where that's coming from, okay? If you're a feminine, like buck up, dude. It's time for you to be confident. It's time for you to take the lead. It's time for you to take the lead in your own life, especially if you're bored with it. Like you have some kind of talents, gift, skills, or abilities, but you're too afraid of what other people are going to think, or you keep this monotonous lifestyle for yourself when you know that you could be doing more and you're simply selling yourself short. And then everybody else has to deal with your moods because you know you're not living up to your potential. If you're a masculine energy, this may be telling you that you need to take advice from somebody smarter than you. You may need to stop projecting your own insecurities onto other people. This is also telling you to be very fair, be very clear, and be very logical with what you're saying and how you're making your decisions. That's it. Ta-da! Thank you, Pisces. I appreciate it. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. Thanks, energy. All right. Sometimes I wonder if I have been shadow banned, honestly. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just not as good as I think I am, to be honest. That could also be a factor. You're welcome, Redmond, anytime. All right, let's do this. Bitch. Okay. So the first one that I actually have to answer is where whatever hacker, whatever happened, canceled my fucking live stream and then it reverted it to recorded. I have to actually answer those first. Okay. And then Zaza, you're up after those people. Okay. So we have Iselia, Isela, for my timestamper, Lori. My son got into some trouble with the law, and I wanted to know if he will be coming home to me soon, or if not long, will he be gone, or how long will he be gone? Just feel like my son, Justin, so Leo, has had a streak of bad luck all his life. Okay. All right. Well, let me see here. When will he be coming home? The world. The world is Saturnian energy. Hold on. Okay. So when it comes to when he's going to come home, the world is Saturnian. So that kind of takes a while. And this basically says until like a, you know, not to be dramatic, but until a debt has been paid, then it's still going to be ongoing. So it may be something that kind of takes a while. But I feel like eventually it will work out, okay? Because the world is like a peaceful ending, it's a peaceful closure. It may be a while, but there will be a peaceful closure, and everything I think will be okay in the long run. But it may be after a little bit of some issues. This could be around the time of the end of a project, or this can be the time around a birthday, or maybe an anniversary of some sort, or maybe in regards to a Saturn related transit in his chart, maybe during his Saturn return or around that time frame. Yeah, Ten of Swords. I feel like it's once the debt has kind of been paid here. This is telling you to have hope. I feel like things will be positive. I know it's probably very difficult to see it that way right now. I've been in a particular a predicament similar to this before, and it is very, very difficult. Not with the sun, but with somebody I cared about very much. And it is difficult, but it's telling you to have faith, focus on healing and hope. I know that sounds very generic, but that's what it's telling you to do. And try not to worry your head or to fight with yourself on a day-to-day basis in regards to the situation, because I do feel like it will uh, come to a peaceful close. Okay. Thank you so much, Azalea. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a good one. All right. Then we have Azalea times 2, Isela. I just want to know where you studied tarot. I remember you saying you started watching tarot after a bad breakup. I found myself in a situation and I've bought all kinds of decks, but I don't know where to turn to learn how to read the cards. It really depends on how you are able to learn. That is going to benefit you the most. So, some people are better with being taught one on one. Some people are better visual learners where they need to see it happening, and that's how they better consume the information so that they can apply it. Some people are better at reading. So you have to really ask, like, what is your learning style? The way that I learned was by watching a bunch of tarot readers. Honestly, I sat there and I watched them for like a good 6 months, and I just watched, and I am able to suck in the information by simply observation. And then I see how they put the cards together, and I watched for a while, and then of course I read like a book. You can really pick up any kind of beginner's book in regards to tarot and read the definitions. But what not everybody knows about me when I started my tarot, it was after a bad breakup, yes, and then I turned it into a business. Yes, I did do that. That was kind of the motivator, right? That's how I kind of got in watching tarot in the first place. And I was like, you know what, I can do this. But um what I did when I first kind of started is because I already read the book. Okay. I read the book, I watched for a very long time, and I learned that way. And then what I did was I created these little boards and I wrote down like Ace of Pentacles, and then I put the keywords, Two of Pentacles, put the keywords. And I had these boards hanging on my wall behind the camera. So if I needed to like cheat and just like remind myself of what that meant, then I could look. Okay, that's really how I did it, because I don't like to wait around to do stuff. I just want to do it most of the time, and I felt like I was for the most part ready, but it doesn't hurt to have, a little board up there, a little cheat sheet, right? So that's kind of how I did things, to be honest. I sometimes learn better when I just kind of throw myself to the wolves, as they say. So, but thank you so much, Azalea. I really appreciate it. Okay, then we have Alexis, Alexus. What do I need to know that I am currently unaware of? There's somebody in your life that may be getting ready to make some kind of financial or committal decision, but it's based around anger or insecurity. It may be a really bad financial decision, or this could be you that's getting ready to make a bad decision out of insecurity. So, for instance, like maybe, you know, this is just an example, okay? But maybe you're not doing so well financially right now, and you're like, well, I want to feel better about myself, so I'm going to go spend a bunch of money on clothes. It can be something like that where it's not necessarily a good decision, but I also think that Whoever this is, whether it's you or somebody else, it's a feminine energy. I feel like this person is getting ready to get out of that, though. The Knight of Wands is here. So there may be somebody who is, I don't know if you're this Knight of Wands or this Queen of Pentacles reversed, but this Knight of Wands seems to be taking action towards this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And I feel like this person may assist with this decision, um, and kind of empower this person to come out of whatever insecurity that they're having, or issues with budgeting or business or something like that. Page of Cups, Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Three of Pentacles. This is asking you to, when it comes to something that you want, like when it comes to something that you desire, whether it's love or creativity, it's kind of asking you to give up your like old way of doing something, or to give into your inner child more. So I feel like when it comes to business, for instance, or when it comes to I don't know, creativity, we can feel very pressured to make it into something instead of just kind of letting it flow, instead of just kind of letting stuff happen and letting it go. We feel like pressured to conform into a certain box or to conform into a certain way. And I feel like it's asking you to kind of give up on that. It could also be asking you to empower yourself by associating or collaborating with other people. Okay. So maybe it's about joining a group and learning from others in regards to maybe dating. Okay. Or maybe it is actually creativity, but I feel like it's about you really getting out there and being able to collaborate with other people. So that way you can eventually get what you want. It's just asking you to kind of hold space for that in your life. Okay. Thank you so much, Alexis. And then we have Alexis times two. Let's see. Was I the karmic in the situation with Willie? What is my current energy now that I've left? If you can't answer both questions, please answer the first one. Let me see. Was she the karmic situation with Willie? I think so. But I don't think it was just like this karmic thing. I think that everything is karmic. Okay. So I'm if you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna have a different view on things. I think that everything is karmic in a way. Everything is karmic, whether it's good or bad karma. It's the wheel of fortune. The wheel of fortune is the wheel that is always going to turn, and sometimes it turns in your favor and sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on the energy that you put out there. Everything is karmic. And so I think that you were either here to teach this person gratitude for connections and happy memories, or this person was here to teach you gratitude, and that the grass isn't always greener or something of that nature. Let's see what he was to you. The Hierophant reversed. Hmm. If this is what he was to you, this can be somebody who broke you out of a different mindset, or who actually broke you. Okay. Or this can be somebody who made you realize what your morals are, what your values are, what your beliefs are, what you need in a relationship in order to feel safe and comfortable and secure. What is my current energy that now that I've left? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You can still like have this underlying feeling of low-key caring about what this person thinks a little bit. You can be maybe even being a little bit critical of yourself or of this person, feeling like maybe you missed something or you skipped a step or something just didn't work out in the way that you had planned. I think that there's still this energy of being a little stuck on this because I think that you are analyzing it in your mind. This is Virgo. So I feel like you're analyzing it in your mind still. And I think that sometimes we need to do that in order to process. Just be cautious of staying in that place. Seven of Wands in reverse. This can be either where we feel jealous, or we can feel a little defeated because once again something did not work, and we can be stuck on, well, why didn't it work, or how come it didn't work, or what could I have done differently, or what could this person have done differently. But it is this energy of kind of feeling like, well, damn, you know. Yeah, Hermit reverse. There's that Virgo energy again. So once again, I feel like there is some overthinking here. There is a big focus on coulda, woulda, shoulda, on things that you could have done differently or this person could have. But I think that this is really a call to go within, not to sound like a cliche tarot reader, but I think that this is a call to really go in and understand one's self. Because there's something to learn here. And I feel like you're in the process of doing that, but this was truly to teach either the both of you gratitude or to teach one person gratitude and the other one what they need or who they need to become in order to attract what it is that they need to feel safe in a relationship, if that makes sense. Thank you so much, Alexis. I really appreciate you. Then we have Alexis times 3. Am I in karmic energy? And if I am, what do I need to do to get out of it? Well, I think with the karmic energy, once again, now this is only my opinion, but I think that everything is karmic. Okay. So I think that whatever it is that you are putting out there, it is what you um, usually, okay, are attracting. And it's because of the energy that you're putting out there. And it's usually because of a lesson that needs to be learned. So let's see. Are you in karmic energy? You're in some kind of relational karmic energy when it comes to idealizing relationships or staying when the relationship has seen its day, or when we are too forgiving, or when we are too accepting of something even though it's not emotionally fulfilling for us. What energy has she been in to attract this? The King of Pentacles reversed and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know if it's that you either used people or you allowed people to use you. And it can be, there's that reversed pentacle energy again. And so, if this is the energy that you were putting out, then it can be about where maybe, for instance, you cared too much about status and appearance. Okay, this is literally just an example, whatever yours is. You cared a lot about your status and appearance. So now you're attracting people who care about your status and your appearance and you needing to be perfect all the time, or you needing to look a certain way, or, caring too much about somebody's hand as opposed to their heart, or, maybe this is just the kind of energy you were attracting for some reason. But there's something to be said about that. I think that whatever it is that we're attracting, and if we feel like we keep attracting the same thing over and over again, it's because there's still a lesson to learn there, essentially. What do I need to get out of it? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We were just talking about that Wheel of Fortune, weren't we? So this is like, break the cycle or it will repeat again. Breaking cycles are difficult because, well, they are cycles. You have to reprogram your subconscious, and the only way that you can do that is by stopping and being conscious of the decisions that your subconscious is making for you. So, for instance, if I go through a heartache, and every single time that I go through a heartache, I know that I'm going straight for the donuts in the cabinet or the ho-hos or whatever, and I don't even think about it, I just do it. That's my subconscious, right? I eat my feelings, that's what I do. I have to be like, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to eat those motherfucking donuts again, right? And it's about being conscious of it, and that this is the hardest part here. Okay, it's not even being conscious of it, it's about deciding against what the norm is, breaking ourselves free of what the norm is. And that is the hardest part because it's our place of comfortable chaos. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. That's why things keep not working in one way or another. Because in order for something external from you, in order for that to change, you must change. You must make different decisions. That's how you get what you want. And it may be that, for instance, if you put everybody else before you, you may attract narcissistic types, or you may attract people that take advantage of you because they know how giving you are. Guilty. Okay. I can be a taker too, bitch. Don't get it twisted. But I feel like you have to make these conscious decisions to break free from your subconscious decisions. Okay. Thank you so much, Alexis. All right. Now, all right. Here we go. Zaza, how does Carmine feel about me now that I know he's still seeing others? Is he going to come back and try to commit, and should I allow it? How does he feel about Zaza now that he knows that she knows whatever? Justice. He feels like you walking away is justified. I think that he's still watching you. I think he's still curious about you, but he feels like whatever action you took is justified. Is he going to come back within the next month? Yeah, I think so. The King of Cups. He may not be like overly vulnerable, but I do think that you will hear from him, or he will try to reach out in some way. Um, what should she do about this? The Two of Cups. I think that there needs to be a serious mutual understanding about the connection, about your expectations, about what you will and you won't allow. Because this is the thing. Once you allow it once, that's it's difficult. It's difficult because a lot of people will immediately assume that, oh, well, if they're going to forgive me for this, or they're going to take me back after this, they'll take me back for this. And it will show up in different ways, through different manipulations, through different, and this doesn't mean it has to happen every time, but it's really about, this is Venus in Cancer. So this can very much be about not just nurturing another's emotions or protecting another, but protecting our own. And especially if this is a man, okay? Yeah, which it is. Men don't really learn by what they hear all the time. They learn by the action that you take, okay? Um so it's really going to be about your actions as opposed to what you're saying. Okay? So if you don't like something, thank you. I'm no longer engaging in this. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. And don't stay hooked on it, right? You know what I mean? Thanks a lot, baby. All right, let me shuffle these real quick and then I'll do the rest of them. All right. Once it clicked, it was like clearing the fog of the two-sided mirror, and I was actually on the other side. Oh no, Zenergy. I don't want drama in my chat. Not at all. No. No. Nobody. Literally not a soul. Not a soul in here. No drama in my chat. Thanks, Nicole. I appreciate that, baby. No drama in my chat. Take it out of my, this is my business. This is my work. Whatever you guys got going on, I get it. We all got shit, but just take it away from my work. Okay. Immediately. Sorry, I just saw like some things and I just want to make sure we're not doing that. Okay. I wasn't paying attention because I was working, obviously. Thanks, Energy. Aw, that means a lot. Keep the claws in, ladies. You heard the queen. I'm no queen. Just a tired ass bitch. All right, let's see. But I love you, Lori. Thank you. Definitely feeds my ego. I don't know what happened. I just saw a bunch of like, what did I do wrong? And something about fucking, I don't know. I was like, no, bitch. Thank you, Infinite. I appreciate that. Respect. All right, Playboy Bunny. Jonathan's feelings about me currently. He was blowing up my phone all weekend, and I ended up seeing him at a local bar, but the owner said he's a hoe. Oh my God. Okay. Did she have sex with him? Honestly, that's none of my business. Okay. Mm. What are his feelings for Playboy Bunny? Ooh, damn. Don't let him get you pregnant, bitch. Cause that this person feels like you are the creme de la creme. Like if there was one person that he could be with or do it with or whatever, you would be the one. He feels like you are not just some scraggly no, he feels like you are, you know, finger licking good type stuff. The world. I feel like he wants something more. Like it feels like he wants something more stable with you than what he may be projecting. Like, oh, that was the one I was gonna wife. Like that would be it, you know, or something like that. That's what he feels. He wants that. He wants your femininity. He wants you to nurture it. He thinks you're very beautiful. He may feel like you're apprehensive because you think that he's manipulative or that he's full of shit. Honestly, that's what he thinks about you. He might be right. Thanks, Playboy. I appreciate it. How is MC from my job feeling about me? I don't know if this person is like uncertain on whether or not to like overcome something with you, or because there was some kind of like rejection or disappointment here. And he may still be stuck on this, or MC, whoever MC is seems to still be stuck on whatever this is. It's almost like a poor me energy. It's kind of like wah wah, and they feel kind of stuck on whatever that disappointment is still. But they're like internalizing it. Or maybe they feel like you are. What is this person's opinion of Playboy? This person feels like you're very generous. You're very direct. I mean, the Six of Pentacles is Moon and Taurus. Moon and Taurus is hello, is exalted. Sorry. Is exalted, and the Three of Wands is Sun and Aries, which is also exalted. So it makes me feel like this is somebody you have that like very giving, generous, comfortable kind of energy, somebody who is very giving, maybe even very responsible, but that's more Capricorn, Virgo, okay? Taurus energy is more like, you know, very, very generous with their money, and you know, if I win the lottery, all my friends are winning the lottery kind of thing. Anyway, this is somebody who also feels like you're not afraid to go after what you want. I'm not saying anything bad here, but they seem to be stuck on something from the past. Maybe they're nervous. I mean, I don't know. They could be just nervous, insecure, maybe. H28Y. I repeat again for my wonderful, beautiful friend, Lori. H28Y. Can you tell me if any good news is coming up for me or any advice? Show me only the good stuff coming towards this person for the next 2 months. If you feel like things have just not been working in your favor, or you feel like cycles have been consistently fucking repeating themselves, or it just feels like something is stuck, something is jammed, it's not moving, this is when it's going to start moving. Yeah, Ace of Wands in reverse. If you've been feeling like not motivated to go to the gym, or not motivated to start writing that book, or, something that needs to get off the ground, I feel like it will within the next couple of months here. Your advice is, yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Plant the seed, baby. Plant the seed. Nobody's going to plant it for you. You have something. It's saying that you may have more options than you realize, or you may be spoiled for choice. It's really about deciding what is best for you and planting that seed. And I feel like the next 2 months, this is going to be when you do it. Probably when Venus and Mercury go direct. I bet. I bet you anything. Thank you so much. We have Zaza. Did Carmine tell Danielle to message me and tell me he'll come back around? Did they do that? Yes or no? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. There are some manipulations from a masculine figure, though. Some kind of manipulations. Somebody's like blowing smoke up your ass about something, a masculine figure specifically. They seem to be blowing smoke. Like they're full of shit, or they're lying to somebody about something. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't feel like it's good intentions necessarily. Thank you, Zaza, baby. We have my beautiful friend Cassie. A bit of a deep one for an all signs, but here we go. I have a man that I haven't been able to get over, or in all honesty, even accept his absence in my life. I'm starting to seriously piss myself off. I look desperate and half stage 5 clinger. Together 6 years, gone for over 4 now. Wow. I see him and he's not on a pedestal, and I'm not seeing through rose colored anything. I see. I don't know what to do with this at all. Advice, please. Hmm. I think that you feel a little defeated because it's more about what could have been, and that may have been or may be the last person that you really felt a true emotional connection to, and that can be very difficult sometimes. So it feels like it's because you genuinely, well, you want real connection, you want authentic connection, you want to be able to tell your stories, you want to be able to feel like you have a foundation with someone, and I think that there may be some intimidation in regards to finding that. I mean, in this fucking day and age, it's so difficult. It really is. I mean, with social media, and it's so fucking easy to cheat. It's like nobody appreciates relationships anymore, right? It's difficult. Everybody just wants their ego stroked. Everybody, everybody does. And it's just, cheating is literally just one DM away, or, and so it can be difficult and it can feel very defeating. And I think that you were very connected to this person. And I think that that person was a Gemini, weren't they? This may be somebody that, you have that with. You had that with at some point, and that's okay. But it just may feel a little defeating because it may be hard for you to find somebody that maybe came close to that. The Chariot. Damn, girl, 4 years, huh? That's a hard one. That's really a hard one. I mean, what do you feel like you're missing? Like, what did he provide for you that you feel like you're missing? That you think that you can't give to yourself, or do you know that you can and you're just not? Because the Chariot is about taking the reins and taking control over whatever that is. the fear that we're never going to find that again. But it's really about, I mean, it sounds so cliche, but it really is about giving that to yourself or building what you had with that person with yourself, that connection with yourself. And my biggest thing, because the Chariot is truly about courage, and courage, it's not necessarily the equivalent to confidence, but the courage, which is bred from fear, making that choice to fight through it and have the courage eventually builds confidence. And I feel like there are more things that you need to focus on that focus on your level of confidence, which may take courage, whatever those things are. So maybe it's like, you know what, I really miss reading my poetry to him. Okay. This is now a time where you join a fucking writing class, a poetry class, and sorry, that sounded really abrasive. Join that poetry class. You join the poetry class and you do that with others. You go to, I don't know, an open mic night. I don't know, right? I'm not saying that that's what it is, but what is it going to be? Maybe you guys used to work out together, right? Especially if that was what you felt like was your last true authentic emotional attachment to somebody. You have to take a risk. You have to take a risk. Because, like, staying where you are now, because this is once again bred from fear, the Four of Pentacles. A lot of times, yes, sometimes it has a good connotation. It could be like, oh yeah, we're saving up money, yay. That's not what we're talking about here. But the Four of Pentacles is like, I'm scared. Five of Pentacles comes after the Four of Pentacles. I'm scared because I don't want to lose something. Sometimes you have to lose a little to gain a lot. Sometimes you have to lose a lot to gain a little, but there's always something to gain. But in order to gain, you have to be open to loss. You have to be open to dissolving your own self-limiting beliefs. You have to be open to trying new things. You have to be open to really understanding who the fuck you are and associating with things that relate to who you are. So if you're a poet, needing to surround yourself with other creative people. If you are if you're a fitness person, okay, no, you don't need to be hanging around Tom, Dick, and Harry who get drunk every Friday, Saturday, and Wednesday and Thursday, and you're cleaning puke up off of the floor. It's like, so I don't know, but it's asking for courage. It's asking for risk. It was like I was just telling somebody recently, I can't remember which reading it was, but fortune favors the bold, it's kind of like that. And you may be, like, this is the thing, is you may be attached to this person for some time. And you're going to figure out why that is, but you have to keep moving forward because the past is asking you to do that, really. That showing me that there's still that there where it's like there's still this fucking spotlight on it makes me it tells me that you have to keep moving forward. You have to take risks. You have to do the thing that scares you, maybe. Thanks a lot, Cassie. Jessica. Hello, my name is Jessica and I'm an Aquarius. I wanted some insight on how Ricky Libra truly feels about me. Thank you. Sure. Eight of Wands reverse. Tell me more about that. Temperance reverse. Oh. He doesn't seem to be super happy with how something is going. He could feel like it's hard to create something with you, or it's hard to have peace with you, or he may even feel like at times you don't understand him, he doesn't understand you, or something is being forced in some way. The temperance in reverse is when we're not content. Okay, sometimes. because we're having a hard time finding the balance in the connection. It could be like something's not equal. It could feel like something is a bit forced. Excuse me. Ooh. Oh, wow. Queen of Wands reversed and the Death reversed. I feel like he sees you as the Queen of Wands reversed. The Queen of Wands reversed, she's not super confident in herself. And I'm not saying you're not, but this is just his feelings. Okay. So he may feel like you're not super confident in yourself based around some kind of old insecurity or some kind of issue that happened between the two of you in the past, or maybe something that has really nothing to do with them. Ultimately, he may feel like you're either A, always jealous or angry, or there are just a lot of insecurities infiltrating the relationship and how you are asserting yourself in the dynamic. And so he may feel like that needs to change or something about that needs to end. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's just his feelings, okay? So a little rocky. Thank you so much, Jessica. Then we have Carol. Hi, sweet Violetta. What does my work bestie think of me? Is he hiding attraction slash feelings? Let's see. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Five of Swords reversed. Four of Wands. Um, what's that Seven of Pentacles reversed? I feel like he's just trying to have fun. Okay. I feel like this is somebody who has fun with you. I don't think that they're like trying to play games with you or like hurt you or anything like that. I don't think he's super invested like that way. If anything, he might be purposely just trying to keep it lighthearted. What is his intention with her? Oh. Oh. Alrighty. So now I'm wondering, okay, I'm going to show you what just popped out. So now I'm kind of wondering here with that strength and that Seven of Pentacles reversed, is he purposely holding back on investing too much because he wants to keep it light? Is there a fear there or something? Maybe he's just holding back. He's trying to keep it light. He's trying to keep it fun. But then I have for his intent is the Ten of Cups and the Emperor. The Ten of Cups can sometimes be like we're idolizing somebody in that way in regards to emotional fulfillment or even a relationship. The Emperor here tells me he's attempting to take control and maybe keep himself a little bit detached from that level of idealization. So there may be this ideal that he has, but I also think that maybe he's trying to keep it professional. Maybe he's just trying to keep it lighthearted and fun. I don't think he has any bad intentions, but it seems like I don't think he wants to waste your time or anything like that. He has thought about it, but like in a committed way, in a very like strong committed way. What is her advice for this? Queen of Cups reversed, Eight of Cups. Why? The Tower reversed. This person still has something he needs to let go of or something that needs to change in his life, something that's very shaky, faulty. And maybe telling you not to totally trust this right now, like walk away from that for now, okay? It may also be asking you not to get too emotionally attached right now. Like, don't get like, oh my God, and fucking limerence and like lose your shit, right? And live in this fucking Neptunian fog, right? So just try to be more, because I feel like he's still holding on to something from the past. Okay. So, and I don't know what that is, but he's got some stuff to work out still. So, but he has thought about it with you. Thanks a lot, Carol. Um, Jenna, hi V. I feel that my desire to share my life with someone is very genuine. I really believe it's possible to be free and committed at the same time, but only if you can bring yourself to trust. Does my spirit in the cards inspire faith, or am I dreaming of the impossible? Basically, am I bullshitting myself? Last minute, made it. Ha. LOL. Thank you, V. Oh, no problem. Let me see. Why won't it let me, like, it's not letting me see your full chart here. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you have your moon in the 11th house. I mean, these people, they want community, and it's in Taurus. So you want stabilization of community. You want to feel supported by a community. And, this is also a natural Aquarian house, even though it's in Taurus, it's a natural Aquarian house, which does talk about freedom, rebellion, and simply having your own sense of freedom. So I do think that you need that, but I also think that you're also very generous, and I think that you give it in return. So you're probably going to need somebody that does that. And you're also ruled by the moon. So you're ruled by an exalted moon in Taurus. That's beautiful energy. That's beautiful. So I love that. Let me see what your Venus is in. Venus and Pisces, that's exalted. That's very beautiful. I love that. You're definitely going to want somebody that you can be creative, spiritual, or travel with. I think that you're definitely going to want that. I think that's going to be important to you. Um, okay, let me see here. Am I dreaming of the impossible? Does my spirit in the cards inspire faith, or am I dreaming of the impossible? If you're interested in masculine energy, just an FYI, hold on. I'm trying to look at your chart here. You will likely meet this if you're interested. Well, it can be feminine too, but you'll probably meet your partner like while taking a course, or while taking a local class, because it's in your third house. You may meet a partner while doing a writing class. You may meet a partner in your local pub, in your local bar, but it's in Virgo. So it can be like you meet your partner at a library or something medical, right? Your local health clinic or something. You know what I mean? So it's something around that. Maybe you meet them at a bar that does spoken word, and so I feel like that's probably like it's going to be in your local environment, most likely, where you will meet somebody. But this is also Mercury ruled, and it's also a natural Mercury house anyway. So you may end up actually meeting somebody on a dating app. Okay, if you're interested in feminine energy, I mean, I think that still applies though. I think that still applies. So anyway, let me see. I don't know how to ask this with the cards. Let me see. What does she need to do to have the kind of love that she wants? You have to take the road less traveled. You have to decide different, be different, do different. So, for instance, if you are used to, if you are used to doing the approaching and you're always hitting on others or something, maybe this is time for you where you let it find you. The world is your oyster. That's kind of the Two of Wands. You may even meet somebody during this time frame. The Two of Wands is March 20th through March 30th, something like that. So maybe you meet somebody during that time. You could meet somebody at a distance as well, somebody who lives in a different country. Maybe you do meet them on a date. Two of Pentacles, 2-2. Interesting. I want to say, and please don't take this personally, okay? But when it comes to your approach, like if if you are pursuing people or you're attempting to pursue people, it's asking you to take a more cautious or practical approach. I want to say don't be so this that would sound insulting. Your approach in regards to love is everything, is essentially what it's saying. And there may be a different way that you need to go about either choosing partners or the way that you're offering love. Okay. So I don't know how that is. Like I know for me, I tend to be like an oversharer. Okay. And that's definitely something I've been working on. But I tend to just like, here's all my problems and all my traumas from the past, like, 38 years. It's like, am I dating you or am I your fucking therapist? Right. So, so now I know that I don't need to share everything. Not every person that I date needs to know all of my business. Like, honestly, shut the fuck up, Violetta, right? So, and I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but there has to be a different way that you go about getting what you want. So, the way that you've been doing it, clearly it's not working. It's basically saying you need to go about it in a different way. Okay. I love that Venus and Pisces in your ninth house, though. That's beautiful energy. Beautiful energy. Love that, love that, love that. So, no, I don't think that you're imagining things or you're shooting too high or whatever. I just think that your approach in love needs to be different. All right. So, Lori, for my timestamper, we have V as in Violetta, XV6. VXV6. My neighbor and I have been in a situationship for over 6 years. Maybe it was convenience, but I always felt he had something for me. He tends to be a player, and I tend to be petty and scream across the road. At the moment, he has me blocked. I have him blocked. But I do catch him stalking on my Ring camera. What? What do you mean? I mean, is he like looking in your windows? I don't know if I like that. That's okay. Well, it's not, I'm not your mom, but like, please be careful with that. I don't know how comfortable I would feel with somebody that I have blocked, like stalking me in my house or like looking at my window. Okay. Or maybe that's like a role play thing you guys do. I don't fucking know. Okay. Well, let me just answer the damn question. How is he going to reach out if he's blocked? Well, I guess if there's a will, there's a way, right? Okay, let's see. Will he ever reach out again? It will be in a passive aggressive way. I think this person has feelings for you, but the Knight of Swords in reverse is more like passive, following your lead, kind of passive. Like, I feel like they want connection, but they're probably just going to follow your lead. So, monkey see, monkey do. So, you're probably going to get more stalking on your Ring camera. Um, can we get some advice for her? Ace of Swords, Six of Wands in reverse. You would probably have to reach out to get the attention that you're seeking from him, okay? And attention is not a bad thing. I don't say that in a bad way, but if you want communication, you're probably because he's following your lead is what this looks like to me. Okay. So you're probably going to this may also be asking you to make very logical decisions when it comes to this and also saying that this is not like being a celebrity where it's like any attention is good attention, It was like real life, you know what I'm saying? So just be cautious, like be very clear-headed when making decisions around this, okay? And please be safe. Thank you. I hope that didn't come off judgy. And then we have M as in mom, QC5. M QC5 for Lori. What is the future outcome with Pisces? Is he really the individual he claims to be? Let's see. Who is he truly? Who is he truly on the inside? The Three of Swords reverse. Somebody very wounded, maybe. Somebody who still has a lot of pain to overcome. I feel like this person may be holding on to a lot of pain still. Okay. What's the future outcome between these two? The High Priestess reversed. I feel like something's going to be released or revealed, like a secret, something that's been kept behind the scenes. This is Pisces. It may also just feel like this person is not letting up, not letting you in, very secretive, very quiet, kind of not being very vulnerable. And it could feel like it's hard to totally get off the ground, or it could feel like it's hard to reach its full potential because of the secrecy or because of the lack of vulnerability. Okay, so sorry, I know that sounds really shitty. That's what I got for you. Thank you so much, Em. All righty, I have to get out of here. Check the bushes. Nicole, please. Oh my God. I fucking cannot. I cannot. Oh my God. Hey, I'm right outside, right? Now, if you're a Venus and Scorpio like me, it might be kind of hot, right? Only if you like the person. Okay. Okay, as long as this is like a known thing between the two of you. Okay, I don't kink shame. I'm not the bitch to kink shame. Okay, we all got our things. You're welcome, Kenez. You're very much appreciated. And Lori, shout out to my girl Lori tonight. What's up, Mountain Girl? Shout out to my girl Lori tonight for always taking care of my channel, taking care of me, and taking care of the chat, taking care of the timestamps. Absolutely incredible. Obviously, we got to give an honorable mention to Complexity, who I really, really miss, and I wish she was in the chat more. But sorry, Judge Judy Mouth. Fucking love Judge Judy. All right, girls. All right, girls. I'm out of here. I fucking love you so much. Rise energy. I love you so much. I love you too, Lori. Have a wonderful night, you guys. Bye.